Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ New Kid, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
We back on the channel with another
Kid and C original.
Welcome back to the channel, man. We got a good one for y'all today, man. We got 22 banned foods you can't even try. You can't try even if you dare to. I was gonna say you can't even try if you dare to.
You can try even if you dare to.
That would have been better though. You can't even try if you dare to. That, you know what I'm saying? That's a little ebonics, you know what I'm saying? A little sauce with it, man. But with that being said, man, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box down below. You already know where to go. If you want to further support the channel, check out the links in the description box down below. But again, we're trying to see what these 22 banned foods are. Because maybe we want to try. Because we dare to. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. You ready?
Yes. I don't know why I said it like that.
The national Jamaican fruit, ackee, has a truly unique taste. It's mild and buttery, and people who tried it say it tastes just like scrambled eggs. It's safe to eat ackee only as long as it's fully ripe. So the import of raw ackees was banned in the US almost 50 years ago. The only edible part is the white, creamy flesh itself. The pink flesh looks mouth-watering, but don't fall for it. It's highly toxic. Same with the black seeds. Soursop is one more fruit banned from the US because of its toxins. It's also referred to as guanabana.
It's actually... Has this... What?
You must have heard of this fruit before.
Yeah.
Folks be eating it.
Yeah. Right?
You gonna...
I thought I seen this in one day we was in Publix.
Don't give me the lines.
And can release toxic substances, leading to some very unpleasant effects if not ripe. Soursop fans, don't be sad. Chances are, you might find some frozen pulp in supermarkets. Another thing that should be 100% ripe to be safe is elderberry. Raw elderberry is rich in vitamin C, which is good for you, and cyanide, which is not that good. These berries are quite popular though. You can find them in pies, syrups, teas, jams, you name it. Fully ripe and cooked berries aren't dangerous. And nope, it's not banned. Cyanide doesn't seem that serious when it comes to food with tetrodotoxin, which is 1,200 times stronger. Pufferfish is a Japanese delicacy, and it's loaded with the substance. No person can eat this fish without consequences, but Japanese chefs have mastered their skills to perfection. To make it edible, they simply remove the poisonous parts. This delicacy is called fugu and costs about $200 per portion.
I still want it.
I already know about that.
Look.
They do be trying it.
Yeah.
But some people had passed from it.
Because I can't trust that you done removed everything.
Some people have died from it. But some people, they say it's good. I don't even like sushi like that.
I don't even... No.
You could buy a whole bunch of totally safe salmon instead. It's almost completely banned in the US. There are only a few authorized places that sell it, but you probably don't feel like having such a gastronomic adventure either way. Casu marzu literally means rotten cheese. Sorry, you can't try a bite of it in the US, so in case you can't resist the temptation, just head to the island of Sardinia, Italy. In fact, it's just sheep milk cheese with a pinch of, let's say, magic. Special flies leave their eggs right inside that cheese, and they stay there for 40 days.
That's why I can never find it. Because I legit searched for this cheese, bro.
We had seen another video and they had this cheese in there. And every time we go to the store,
I'd be like, where the mac and cheese?
Where the mac and cheese? Let me find the mac and cheese. I'm like, well, hope it's not in the store.
But they said, but remember, dude said you can go to the store and find it.
Well, so maybe he didn't know. Maybe he was confused.
I'm going to look on Amazon.
The moment it's ready for consumption, this cheesy delicacy has some live maggots taking care of decomposing it. Thanks to them, the cheese has that distinctive texture and spicy flavor. It's banned in the US for sanitary reasons. Unlike
Okay.
soft and creamy Casu Marzu, the Himalayan cheese Chirpy is famous for being the world's hardest. Just like any regular product of this type, it's made from milk. What makes it different is that it stays fresh for up to 20 years. The milk is quite special too. The cows, which are actually a cross between cows and yaks, eat a variety of mountain herbs. This milk has a unique flavor thanks to those herbs. But be careful with your teeth nibbling on that hard as stone cheese. In Singapore, you'll never have cavities because of chewing gum. And nope, it's not because they take care of your teeth. The thing is, it's completely illegal there. This place is known for its cleanliness, and the country spent a fortune cleaning all the spots and banning chewing gum. It was prohibited back in 1992, and vendors had to stop the sales immediately to avoid super high fines. Walking down the supermarket aisles while traveling to different destinations, you may spot that there's no raw milk in stock. It's prohibited in many US states and other countries, including Canada, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Scotland, for sanitary reasons. While raw milk is a no-go for Scotland, haggis is completely fine there. Still, it's banned in the US. If you live in the States and you're under 45, chances are you've never tried haggis, since it was prohibited almost half a century ago. This Scottish pudding is made of a full range of sheep's inner parts, mixed with some oatmeal and spiced up with a bunch of minced onions. Oh, and don't forget suet and some broth. The texture is crumbly and coarse, and no surprise, the dish is quite spicy. It's usually served with mashed potatoes or mashed turnip.
It kind of made me want to throw up though. Looking at it.
Looking at it, kind
Yeah, like that. It don't look satisfying. It don't look like
Well,
a dish.
the plate,
Look at it. It don't look at it like a dish you
it kind of remind me of oats.
Nah, somebody bring that to you. You're gonna be like, what the hell is this?
When I looked at it, it remind me of like
you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
some oats.
It's usually served with mashed potatoes or mashed turnip. Cassava is a poisonous tropical root with two types. The sweet variation does contain some cyanide, but it's enough to cook it to reduce the toxic content to a non-toxic level. To get rid of all the toxins in bitter cassava, it's necessary to grate the root, then soak it, and finally cook properly to make it edible. This root is very starchy, and its flavor is really subtle. Cassava can be used just like potatoes, mashed, boiled, or fried. What'd you think? How about some haggis with mashed cassava instead of potatoes on the side? By the way, harmless potatoes aren't that safe either. It all depends on whether it's ripe or not. So-called green potatoes are full of toxins, and potato sprouts are also quite unsafe. Same with green almonds and cashews, which are full of cyanide if not ripe enough. Luckily, the nuts we get at the supermarket are well processed, which means they're completely safe. Yellow plums, or Mirabelle plums, are banned in all the 50 states of America. These fruits are completely fine, and nothing bad happens if you eat them. But you can only enjoy these plums in Lorraine, France. The importation law is a bit bizarre, and this
They actually look good though.
They look delicious.
They look delicious. They do look good though,
They
but
look really
like,
good. I really want one.
I don't understand why they would be banned from the US though.
Well, he said because, well, I thought he was about to tell us, but
fruit is a protected origin. If sea bass is the kind of dish you just can't live without, then the UK isn't your destination. This fish has been recently banned there because of declines in the sea bass population. The same goes with beluga caviar in the US. One of the world's most expensive foods can't be found in America because of new regulations protecting the fish. Hey, feel like a burger with freshly cooked meat, the softest bun, and loads of ketchup? Go and grab it. Unless you're a French school student, there's a law in France regulating the use of ketchup in cafeterias for students, and they're only allowed to have it with, you guessed it, French fries.
Wow.
Greenland shark bodies.
So y'all can't get ketchup on y'all burgers?
that's crazy.
I need
though.
ketchup on my burger.
But if I have,
You don't like ketchup anyway.
I don't like ketchup anyway. But if you have ketchup, I mean, not if you have ketchup. If you have a burger and fries, but I can only eat the ketchup with my fries, like I'd be like a little tempted to like dab a little bit on my, you know,
Who the fuck-
but I won't have the
Who
issue
be like,
because
who the
I
fuck
don't eat
look at-
ketchup.
Got the TV like the fuck. But you telling me I can't have my booger?
With ketchup?
My booger?
Okay.
Ketchup in my booger.
Okay.
To have it with,
Ketchup don't
you
look
guessed
good.
it, French fries.
It ain't red.
Greenland shark bodies get rid of all the waste they produce, filtering it through their flesh and skin. So no wonder their flesh is toxic. Sounds like a fair reason not to eat them, but not in Iceland. Hakarl, which is processed shark meat, is first hung to dry for 3 to 5 months.
Wow.
In the end, you get something like ammonia-smelling fermented fish with a jelly texture that reminds you of wet bread.
It does.
Some things get better with age, unless it's food. But there's one cafe in Bangkok where they've been cooking the same beef and noodle soup for 45 years.
Okay.
This potion-like soup has been simmering for over 4 decades. The broth has never been thrown away, and it's always kept overnight for the next day's servings. One of the secrets of the unique flavor is the massive grease rim around the pan that formed because they never washed it. Okay, now I've got the perfect excuse to do the same thing.
I threw up in my mouth for real.
It's okay.
Wow, legit.
What your mama say? The heat kills germs. You be
Hell
fine.
no, but they still watch them damn pop. They said for 4 decades. Oh.
That is, that's crazy.
See, that's the reason why I don't travel and I don't be.
You still can
can't-
travel.
you
You
can't
just need
eat-
to know where you're going.
You can't
and
eat
what you
everybody cooking, bro. Mama always told you can't eat everybody cooking. 'Cause you don't know what the
True.
motherfucker doing in that kitchen.
That's true though.
They ain't washing no dishes. Bro, I legit threw up in my mouth, though. That.
They never washed it. Okay, now I've got the perfect excuse to do the same thing. What? The food just tastes better this way.
Hell no,
In Cambodia, you can try a crunchy, crispy snack that tastes somewhat like a crab. It's deep fried and a bit seasoned. The main ingredient is a tarantula. This doesn't quite sound like a lunch. Okay, well, you wouldn't have guessed it if I hadn't told you.
Right?
This soup that sounds like a tongue twister is definitely scrumptious. The flavor is sharp, yet delicate, and it tastes just like shrimp. Well, this traditional Laotian dish sounds really cool, until you realize it's made of ant eggs to give it a bit of sourness.
Oh gosh, you can still see her little eyes. Oh my god.
Sweet loud.
I don't give no cares.
Oh my god.
You see their little bitty eyes.
Oh god. The tarantula, it just get worse and worse. The cheese with
cried.
the cheese with maggots. I understood that. But y'all eat
You understood the cheese?
Hell no, because I'm saying because we already saw it before, so we
No,
already
well,
did
I
our
still-
research. But y'all eating eggs, y'all eating tarantulas, y'all
The
y'all
shark ones got me too.
y'all
I'm
ain't,
like,
y'all ain't even cleaning
sharks
y'all
out.
dishes
That's crazy.
for 4 decades. Oh my god, E. coli,
I ain't e- look. Come on.
oh all the bacteria. Oh,
Come on.
my stomach.
Well, you ain't eating it.
My stomach. I feel because my stomach fucking up because the
This
is
one,
ain't.
dude. Can we like? Oh my gosh.
Until you realize it's made of ant eggs to give it a bit of sourness. They also tend to add a
Sourness.
few tiny ants. In Mexico, you don't throw away corn kernels that have turned black because they're rotten. You keep them as a culinary specialty called huitlacoche. Fungus all over the kernel give that earthy, woody smell. Yum, yum. Some dishes just need decoration, especially cakes and pies. In England, there's a pie called stargazy. The name speaks for itself. The sardines, accompanied by potatoes and eggs, peek out of the pie's crust and stare at the skies. And it looks a bit creepy. Sometimes it's the tails that point at the skies, though. Tea mushroom is another weird thing that they drink in Eastern Europe, together with acid milk-based drinks. It's basically some fermented black or green tea. It's made by adding a whole culture of bacteria. They're not consumed, they just ferment the drink. To sweeten tea, the sugar acts like yeast. Add juice, spice, or whatever you want to taste. Enjoy! Or at least try to. Tuna eyeballs are quite a popular delicacy in China and Japan. They need to be boiled before eating, and some seasoning is required too. If you nail it, you'll have a delicacy that tastes like squid. And it costs less than $1. I bet you're eyeing that one.
That was so corny. But oh my
Bruh.
gosh.
Bro.
But so I was sitting here thinking, I was like, I'm not gonna knock nobody in their traditions because that's their, but I just could never like fathom myself like sit there like, yeah, let me get some of those and eggs. Let me get some of that shark back. Like, I cannot.
The tarantula.
The tarantula got me, y'all.
Oh, shit.
The and eggs got me. The shark got
The
me.
cheese from Maggie.
The cheese that got me back then.
Bro, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom after this, man. Oh.
TMI.
No, I'm talking about.
Still.
It ain't coming out that way. Coming out that way. God.
I don't know.
Bro,
That's a lot.
I
That's
can't.
a lot.
This is the worst thing ever, bro. It got worse as it kept going.
It did get worse. But the last one.
Fish.
The next to last one with the fermented tea and stuff like that.
That's a little different.
That's a little different because that's kind of like how they do. Like you have to ferment certain type of stuff like kombucha and stuff like that.
They do that in prison anyway.
Yeah, you can do this at home. You can do that at home.
Oh,
So
God.
I don't know, but yeah, it did get worse. That was like
This video longer than I thought it was gonna be.
I do want one of those melons. So we're gonna have to go. Where was it, France?
I ain't going, man. I can't even eat ketchup with my bulldogs.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I ain't no teenager, so that's cool.
Right.
But man, y'all make sure y'all spam us up in the comment section down below. Let us know what else y'all want to see us react to, man, so we can bring it over here. But as always, y'all know how I go, man. I do go by the name DJ Nuki. This is
Sierra the Coast.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are, y'all.
No time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.